Hey everybody, this week on Bearcat Outdoors, the temperature's dropping, and we're heading out to try to put a deer on the ground, and then afterwards, we're gonna see what all the work it takes to put the deer in the freezer. Check it out this week on Bearcat Outdoors. It's just breaking daylight. I mean, it's just 7 o'clock now. The sun's just coming up, and I wasn't even done really setting up. I had this big mature doe come in, and my goal this morning was come in and fill the freezer, and that's what I've done. I've definitely put a good shot on her, and she went down right here. But I mean, she snuck up on me. I mean, I hadn't seen her for more than a couple minutes before I shot her, so that was awesome. I came and hanged this set a couple days ago in between classes, and just came in the middle of the day, and it just all ended up working out. But I can't believe that just happened. I mean, it was like that and it was over. So I'm gonna sit here and sit a little bit longer and see if I see anything else. The reason I picked this spot is because it is loaded, I mean loaded with acorns, and that's exactly what she was coming in here doing, was in here eating the acorns. And another reason I really like this spot is because it's a small woodlot, but it's surrounded by some really tall, thick stuff that acts like a barrier, and the deer feel really safe in here, I feel like. And the reason I know that is because I parked the car only like 50-60 yards away, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad that it worked. It shows that all your scouting and preparation pays off, and I got a deer for the freezer, so I'm gonna sit tight and see if anything else walks by. Well, I just got out of my tree stand this morning. It's about 9 o'clock. I didn't see any other deer or anything after I shot that one doe right at first light, and I just got out of my tree stands, which are located right up there, and the acorns are still falling like crazy, and that was the main reason for this deer to be in here. She was standing right over here just eating on these acorns. I actually haven't even gone and looked at the blood trail yet, but here's my arrow. As you can see, covered in blood. Made a really good shot on a deer. She went down just right down over there, about 20 or 30 yards. But these acorns are the key to success for the early season. This deer came in here, eating on them, had no idea I was there, and allowed me to be able to put a perfect shot on her and put some meat in the freezer. So now the work really begins. I gotta go and get her field dressed and get her drug out and put her in the truck, and luckily that's really close to the where I shot her, and get her in the freezer. Hopefully go back out this afternoon and maybe get another one.
But when it comes to field dressing a deer, there are 3 tools you need to help. These are a bone saw, knife, and game cleaning gloves. The purpose behind the game cleaning gloves is to make cleaning up afterwards a breeze. You will then use the sharp knife, preferably with a gut hook, to open up the body cavity, and then you'll use the bone saw to cut up the pelvic bone. The main purpose behind field dressing a deer is to start the cooling process. I have doing this a few times. It usually takes about 5 minutes. And if the process is done right, then the inside of the deer usually comes out pretty clean. Your main goal is to get your fresh venison into the empty freezer. Next, the tools you will need are freezer paper to wrap the meat, gloves, a knife, a good sharpener whenever you hit the bone and dull your knife, and a container that I usually fill with water that will also help cool the meat and rinse it off. You also need a gambrel. This is where you hang the deer. I usually like hanging my deer from the hindquarters. The hindquarters is also where you will begin the skinning process. The skinning process behind the hindquarters can be kind of tricky, but once you get past that, the rest is a breeze. You then work your way past the tail and skin the deer all the way down past its front shoulders. when it comes from the sections of meat, the front leg is where you get most of your meat that you're going to grind up for like your burger, sausage, or maybe even brats. Next, you have the loins. This is where your steaks come from. This is the best and most tender part of the whole deer. Then, the back hindquarters are made up of roast. I usually use these to make jerky, grind it up for burger, or cook it in the crock pot. Last but not least, the front legs and the back legs make perfect bones for your four-legged friends. Now that you have the meat packaged and packed away, the work is completely done. For more Bearcat Outdoors, check out KNWT at 6:30 Monday through Thursday. Also, check out our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.